Our countdown to the Canadian Football League Combine continues. We're pleased to be joined by University of Saskatchewan Husky linebacker, Balgonie native, Lane Novak. And Lane, let's hop right in. How's the offseason been?
It's been great. Healed up from all the injuries that come out of this season, and lots of training. A little trip over New Year's, and then right into the training for the Combine and prep starting in January.
The older you get, do off seasons seem longer or shorter?
Oh boy. I'd say they always seem short. I'd say even like from the start of the career to the end of the career, it always seems to go by pretty fast. You make it through that spring semester, and then all of a sudden it's summertime, and then all of a sudden it's the season. So I found they always seem to be fast, regardless of where you are in your career.
Well, this offseason has a little more importance when it comes to aspirations for the Canadian Football League. Have you changed anything at all?
We've the training program that we're on is a little bit different, a little bit more specific for the CFL Combine itself. Other than that, still training with the same people, the same trainers, out of the same facilities. So while similar, still just a little bit different, preparation for something a little different.
Now, physical testing will happen in Regina over a couple of days. You obviously know going in what to expect. Does that make it any easier to prepare, though?
Yes, I believe so. Having an idea of the events that are tested upon, as a linebacker, you have to be able to do them all and be able to do them all well. So definitely, being able to practice those and train those gets you feeling good and feeling a little bit more confident going into that day. And also having some, prior teammates that I've reached out to and been talking to in the process, letting me know about their experiences and what it was like, has definitely helped as well.
Do you landmark yourself then in the offseason? Okay, I want to be at this specific point for this specific test at this specific time, or is it all about trying to hit your peak come the end of March?
Yeah, I'd say it's more about kind of just doing as much as you can. There's definitely goals that I had in mind of less about a certain number, but maybe more just like a certain range. Some events I feel that I might be I'm shooting for the top of the pack, and others I want to be in the middle of the pack. But yeah, ultimately I think of just trying to do with the time we had, trying to get myself as prepared and get the numbers, I guess, as best as possible.
What's the emotions or the energy like? Is it nerves or is there anxiety? I just want to get it over with. How do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, definitely a little bit nervous. Lots more excitement. I wouldn't say I'm feeling super anxious about it. We've been practicing and training for this. It's football. Football's always been something that we've done our entire lives. That's kind of it's a part of us now. So I kind of just look at this as if it's another game, as another event that I'm prepping for. So, we've done the training and we've put in the work. So now it's just time to go, show who we are and go do it.
So to use your analogy then that you're preparing for another game, is the opponent you?
Oh boy. Wow, Dave. Is the opponent me? Oh goodness. I guess so. I guess it would have to be. Not letting myself get in the way of succeeding there. And, it's definitely a competition. You're competing against, the other 90 guys that are going to be there, absolutely, and trying to show the best. But yeah, I guess you could say that I'd be my own competition in a sense.
So what information have you drawn from your former teammates that have gone through this process, or even you don't have to look far in that Husky clubhouse to look at your head coach and Scott Flory, because he's been there, done that.
Yeah. Oh, no, absolutely. Like I said, they've been a huge resource for me kind of in preparations for this, especially guys that have done it in the last couple of years. So Dayton Black, Nick Weeb, this past year, and then Nathan Cherry and Riley Pickett, Noah Zerd, a whole bunch of them that I played with in the last couple of years, really just said to, be prepared and be prepared to take care of myself, have all my stuff ready, my food, my snacks, everything I need for that combine day. And when it comes to the practice day, kind of just do everything that they ask of you, and maybe even try to do more just give everything you got. Listen and try and learn from them, but give everything you got while you're out there. And yeah, that's kind of it.
There's a couple of components when it comes to the combine. Obviously, there's a physical testing, and even a dummy like me, Lane Novak, can sit there and go, "Wow, that was pretty fast." But then there's the psychological testing, or testing your mentality through the series of interviews that you'll have an opportunity to perform in. Can you prepare for that?
Yes and no. Um, I feel like there's a few questions that you expect them to ask, maybe. Um, but otherwise, like you can't really know exactly what they're gonna ask or how they're gonna approach it. So for me, I feel like through just some media training and some experience with interviews over the past, 5 years as a Husky, have kind of prepared me for that. I really just go into it with a positive attitude. And I've prepped a little bit and kind of trying to figure out who some of the people that'll be interviewing me are, and stuff like that. But really just go in there with a positive attitude and a smile on my face, and give the best answers I can truthfully, and hopefully that's the best case scenario.
Would it be wrong to suggest that this is just a job interview intensified?
It's 9 of them in the same weekend. Yeah. So yes, it is. It's exactly like that. There's obviously other components to it, of course, but yes, that's simplified. That's what it is. The CFL is a job. It's a business. It's work.
At what point growing up in Balgony did you think that, hey, this is a job that I would like to pursue?
Growing up in Saskatchewan, being a Rider fan, like being around Riderville, is like that was kind of the pinnacle. I didn't start playing football till I was in grade 5, and I didn't really start taking it truly seriously as like my main sport until I was in high school. And kind of just as the progression went, I never saw I had a goal of being in university. Obviously the CFL is the dream, like that's the pinnacle, I guess, for a young guy in Saskatchewan. But that dream didn't really come into place as something that I wanted to do as a job and work, until I was in university, and I'd kind of found my way in university and started to develop as a player, that I started to take it far more seriously. And yeah, and while my degree will still be very important, and I'm going to make sure that I do that first, or not do that first, but make sure that I get that done ultimately. But yeah, it's definitely in my university career, I figured out that I wanted to pursue this, as a job.
Was there ever a moment that, hey, this is realistic, this is within grasp? Did that ever occur?
I mean, having like you said with head coach Scott Flory and now former defensive coordinator, Warren Musica, and some of the CFLers that we had in our staff, kind of just hearing through some of the contacts that they had and some of the stuff that they would say, kind of just made that little tick. Like whether they said they were even just talking to someone and my name got brought up, then that's kind of where that tick happened. It probably happened after my first year when I found some success. But yeah, really just a little bit of, hype up, I guess, from maybe some of my former CFL coaches.
Well, it's a pretty good batch you've had to work with over the years. So congratulations on the invitation. We wish you all the best in Regina during the Combine, and thanks so much for taking some time.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Dave. Thank you.